Live, the news on NBC6 at 5 starts now.
There's a big party going on in the Florida Keys down in Key West. It's called Fantasy Fest, but as tourists and visitors come down, this is what they'll see in Isla Mirada and other parts, damage and debris that still exists. This is the latest construction project to get underway in the city of Miramar, but folks here are starting to say enough is enough. They say that there are too many projects happening too fast, and it's starting to kill the charm and character of their city. We want to get more analysis about the findings of the Mueller report. NBC News senior political editor Mark Murray joins us live from Washington, D.C. And Mark, Attorney General Bill Barr has said in the past that he wanted to release as much of the report to the public as he legally can. Will we actually see the contents of this report, and will we ever know if there were any other crimes committed? Meet the Press moderator Chuck Todd joins us from Washington, D.C. to talk about this and other things. And Chuck, let's start with the Attorney General Barr. What's the next move in Congress as far as his refusal to come and appear before the House?
I think that's the question, right? I think congressional Democrats are digging in.
Well, B-52 bomber jets originally based in Louisiana have arrived in the Middle East. Now, they're part of a strike force sent to the region by the United States after receiving unspecified threats from Iran. The U.S. and Iran have strong disagreements over the Iranian nuclear treaty. Well, Amazon's Jeff Bezos is aiming for the moon with an ambitious plan and a brand new vehicle. He says his space team is working with NASA in what could be a big step for his company and eventually a giant leap for space tourism and, listen at this, space colonization. Well, the world continues to wait for Britain's Prince Harry and his wife Meghan to announce the birth of their first child. Now, just today, the prince changing some travel plans, an indication the big day may be very close at hand. NBC's Keir Simmons reports from Windsor. Amazon, as you know, is known for online shopping, but that's not all the company's selling.
No, Amazon is making facial recognition software that it sells to law enforcement agencies around the country. But privacy advocates say there's a danger to civil liberties.
NBC6 morning anchor Roxanne Vargas explains why.
And with hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans calling South Florida home, many are spending the day watching the violence in their country.
We have extensive live team coverage of the crisis in Venezuela, and we want to get started with NBC6 political reporter Steve Litz, who has been monitoring the situation there all day. Steve, what's happening there right now?
Still pretty violent, Trina. We have certainly seen violence in Venezuela before.
7.1 magnitude earthquake struck last night, and according to the U.S. Geological Survey, was felt as far away as Arizona. But the brunt of that quake was felt just outside the town of Ridgecrest, where residents are still on edge tonight. Mark, is there any indication of how this is going to affect the 2020 election? Because we saw over the weekend many of the Democrats who are on the campaign trail already have their views on this report and what should happen next.
Yeah, it's hard to be a forecaster and look at what's going to occur a year and a half from now.
And Alina, there are residents in the neighboring area from where the blast happened that spent part of the day repairing their homes. That's because this explosion was so powerful. One home in the 1300 block of Southwest 73rd Avenue, about a block away from the LA Fitness, suffered shattered windows and cracks in the ceiling. For more than a century, it was known as Lemon City, better known today as Little Haiti. It once had the largest Bahamian population in all of South Florida. A vibrant community, home to Haitian-owned and operated businesses. Creole cooking, street art, and island music filled the streets.
I actually played a college game in weather like that.
You did?
It was miserable.
I imagine the pitcher has a hard time like holding onto the ball,
Yeah.
and if you swing the bat, it like cracks your wrist.
It hurts.
That's why I stay inside.
That's why we stay down here.
Yeah. One of Meghan Markle's former friends thinks so.
Ooh, but first, the highly anticipated collaboration from Ed Sheeran and the Biebs, Justin Bieber's, has arrived. It's finally here, and a lot of folks are really excited about this one. Here's NBC6's Kelly Blanco with today's trending topics. Hey there, Cal.
Hey guys, happy Friday.
Happy Friday
to you.
Let's get into it. The all-star duo just a few days ago announced that they would have a song, and at midnight, the hit song streaming.
Exciting stuff, right? Well, Bezos believes getting back on the moon will be a huge deal, not just for his company, but also for NASA. He hopes it will ignite new interest in space exploration and perhaps a new outlook for a generation that never saw the original moon landing.
The news on NBC 6 at 5:30 starts now.
We begin with breaking news tonight. A live look now at Statue of Liberty. Right now, a woman is sitting near the feet of Lady Liberty after trying to scale the statue earlier this afternoon.
Now you can have your own special dessert to go right along with it.
It hits stores today, but fans of the show are discovering the treats are a little bit hard to find. So down on the streets down there, you're seeing a lot of party goers, but also down there, a lot of anti-terror experts and also undercover cops. Reporting live from Fantasy Fest, Trina Robinson, NBC 6 News. After an alligator dragged a woman from a nearby shoreline into a lake, killing her, the Florida wildlife officials announced today that they're going to start checking lakes across Broward County where large, aggressive gators have been rumored to roam in hopes of averting another tragedy.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world.
Nicole Batista sings, laughs, and on this day she was on a roll.
Oh, I do.
Hitting me with joke after joke
So what does a tiger say to
and entertaining everyone. The 9-year-old packs a whole lot of personality. But she's missing something in her genetic makeup that causes severe health problems. She even had open heart surgery at only 17 days old.
If it wasn't for the oxygen, you will see her then, you will say, why she's here? She looks like a perfectly normal, healthy baby. But inside is a different story.
That medically different story led Dr. Mustafa Tikan and his team at UM's Undiagnosed Disease Program to dig deeper into Nicole's DNA.
It just happens. It's actually the part of being human.
These graphs pinpoint a mutation called ACTA2.
So it is a mutation affecting this particular spot.
The ailment savagely attacks Nicole's eyes,
it stings.
brain, heart, lungs, and bladder at will, and could even lead to a stroke. Scientists now have a name for it.
Systemic smooth muscle dysfunction.
Nicole is now part of a program at the Center for Genome Technology at the University of Miami's Miller School of Medicine, where advanced DNA and disease detectives
This is where we sequence our DNA.
hunt for unknown, often incurable diseases.
With rare disease, we are always limited to a very few number of patients. And that's why the diagnosis makes the big step.
The center is one of only a few in the country that conducts scientific research on rare diseases. Nicole's mom is thankful she was able to finally get answers on her daughter's mystery condition.
I'm from Cuba, and I always say that if she was born in Cuba, she wouldn't be here. She surprised everybody.
And no surprise, like many children, Nicole has always wanted to visit Disney World.
And I wanted to buy, like, from the shop, a tiger plush from Winnie the Pooh.
But for the last several years, her doctors barred her from going.
For her, the main danger was the infection.
But 2 weeks ago, her family snapped these photos of her happy time there. Now that Nicole's disease has a name, Dr. Tikan and his team continue to treat her and try and find answers for a cure.
What is your hope for your beautiful daughter?
To keep being joyful like that and grow up old and have her own family, fulfill all her dreams. That's what any mother would want. Yeah.
They're black, and they're packing heat. They are handgun and rifle owners who are part of a gun advocacy group, Black Arms South Florida. These gun club members believe it's their right to bear arms, and today they're exercising that constitutional right on the gun range.
It's something that our forefathers fought for, just like voting.
Like Samantha Cirillo, many of the gun club members are women and moms. This is newbie Danielle Campbell. She has 3 kids, the youngest 5, and has already started teaching them to respect firearms to prevent accidents and so they too can eventually enjoy time blasting targets.
I love guns. I think they're beautiful.
But her real aim is to protect her family, especially after her friend Alicia Roundtree, also a mom of 3, was killed by a random bullet in Miami Gardens as she drove home last year.
People were being robbed and shot down in the street, and so I decided that I needed to take the safety and security of my family into my own hands.
I'm just glad to see all the ladies here represented, because we need to get more in tune with this. It's changing out here.
And it's a theme you will keep hearing from black women in this group. they refuse to fall prey to predators.
A lot of us are single mothers. We've been assaulted, raped. So we're learning that, no, we can protect ourselves. We don't have to be a victim.
Statistics show there are well over 1.8 million Floridians with concealed weapons permits, and fewer than 10%, 131,226, are in the hands of African Americans. A big part of this Black Gun Club's mission is not only gun safety and protection, but also changing negative perceptions.
The narrative of the gangster with the gun is too prevalent.
We're training and we're responsible gun owners.
All of these different things concerning or associated with guns are so alien to the African American community that people were coming through the door and they didn't know what a gun club was.
So in addition to class time, where they get an education on everything from political issues to how to survive a mass shooting, it's also a social outing, connecting like-minded people.
And I have a family now. I have friends. I have sisterhood. So it's wonderful.
But you're kind of out of the mold for gun owners.
Yeah, definitely out of the mold. We're looking to change that, and that's one of the primary reasons why we exist.